The attack that warned America but was overlooked. This almost brought the Twin Towers down, 8 years early. What if the warning signs were there, but no one truly understood them? February 26, 1993, years before the world would watch in horror, an attack shook the very foundations of New York City. Not from the sky, but from below. Deep beneath the World Trade Center, in a public parking garage, a rental van sat quietly among hundreds of cars. Inside it was a bomb. At 12:18 p.m., it detonated. The explosion tore through concrete and steel, ripping open a massive crater several stories deep. Smoke flooded the towers. Power failed. Elevators stalled. Thousands of people were suddenly trapped. In darkness, in confusion, in fear. Some had no choice but to walk down dozens of flights of stairs, choking on smoke, unsure if the building would collapse above them. 6 people were killed. Over 1,000 were injured. But here's what makes this moment chilling. This wasn't just an attack, it was a message. The masterminds behind the bombing had a plan to collapse one tower into the other, bringing both down and killing tens of thousands. It didn't work, but the intention was clear. At the center of the plot was Ramzi Yousef, a man driven by extremist ideology and a vision of mass destruction. The attack exposed vulnerabilities no one had fully considered before. How easily critical infrastructure could be targeted, how unprepared emergency systems were for large-scale terror, and how close the outcome came to being far worse. But perhaps the most haunting part of this story is what came after. The bombing was investigated, arrests were made, security was reviewed, and yet, 8 years later, the same towers would be targeted again in the September 11th attacks. This time, the plan would succeed. Looking back, the 1993 bombing wasn't just an isolated tragedy. It was a warning about a new kind of threat, a warning about evolving tactics, a warning that the world was changing. And like many warnings in history, it wasn't fully understood until it was too late. Because sometimes the most dangerous events aren't the ones that succeed, but the ones that almost do.